back, everybody, to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I am your host, Broncos Guru, in collaboration with our boy Wavy Boats, and it's another Wavy Guru Productions back down here at the ramp, and today we're visiting Boynton. And they've power loaded this contender on, trying to get it as far up on the trailer as they can, trying to get some tongue weight on there, and let's see if they've got enough. And we're going to start trying to pull out. And we look okay for the moment. And there we go, we're now breaking free. We just don't quite probably have it far enough forward on the trailer to be able to do this one. So we're going to have to back down and try and either reset this or figure out another approach. I can't tell if this truck's four-wheel drive. It looks like by the suspension it should be, so they should be able to just put it into four-wheel drive even and pull this thing out, but it looks like we're going to power out. And you know, I don't see this one that often, not the power out, but typically it takes 4 or 5 attempts before somebody even says we're going to power this out with the boat. But these guys, their in efficiency and time are like, no, we're just going to go second attempt right here. Let's just turn the motors on and let's get this bad boy out. And they're going to do it, and they're going to be able to get this truck out of here. And our crew's setting up the approach here, and this should be an interesting one because it's a pretty big boat, so it's got a lot of surface area in the water, which means the wind and the current's going to affect it a little more than a smaller vessel, and they are trying to approach on the dock where they're going to be fighting that wind and current with somebody already on the inside, and this is a pretty big and wide vessel, so let's see how this approach works. Our captain on the dock over here on the left looks a little nervous though as this boat approaches. And yeah, this boat's drifting in. And let's see what Cap does over here as they go. They're going to start trying to back out. Now our Cap's going into a little bit of panic mode over here on the left. He does not quite sure what to do as this boat approaches his vessel. He's going to give the push off, but he's backing out. I probably would have went forward there because he's rolling with the vessel. But hey, it appears it's all worked with his little push off. He was able to get enough separation between the two, and now he's going to roll out of here pretty cleanly. Just a little bit more rushed than he thought he was going to be originally. And our guys here are going to make a little bit steeper angle approach, and we're going to get somebody on the dock and get some dock lines off, and this one should be good to go as well. And here comes our crew approaching the dock, and for those thinking it, no, it is not the Red Top Legend. Obviously, we're in Boynton and not Miami. And our guy's going to reach over those bow rails, and this is never a good idea. You never want to keep 1 foot on the dock and 1 foot on the boat for any longer than maybe a second or so. When you do that, you're just risking a groin injury. And our guy's going to jump off the rear, and he'll get a line out there, but because our guy was not able to hold on the bow, we've now tossed this out, and we are going to drift off the dock. And I'm just guessing their bow line's not going to be long enough to toss it over there, so our guy here on the rear is going to have to pull this stern back into the dock, and we'll have to see if we can get a bow line off then, or maybe captain can even power it. I mean, and that's always an option here, too. If this guy ties this, as the captain, if you give it a couple bumps of forward right here, it's going to pull it back into the dock as well. It's been a big vessel kind of day down here at Boynton. I mean, we've seen several 30-plus foot boats come rolling in here, and that always makes for an interesting time when they're approaching the dock, just because this dock setup is, I won't say it's not designed for that. We obviously see a lot of it, but the docks aren't really wide. Oh, a little speed check here. And that makes for some interesting maneuvering when these larger vessels come in. And then, of course, we usually see them slip on the ramp. They can't get grip, and they have a tough time getting out. So let's see how our captain and crew fares here as they approach the dock. So far, they look pretty good. And they should have the wind and current kind of at their side a little bit, so that should help them drift this boat back into the dock. We've got a crewmate off, and we got some lines rolling. Cap's got the motors turned, and he's going to walk up to the bow. We're drifting backwards, though. Does he have one of the motors in reverse? Oh my gosh, he has to. Oh, he's caught it. We're a little late, and we're going to get a little bit of rub action. And look at the crewmate. If you look up into the top of the screen, you're going to see this crewmate in the pink jacket. She was up there having a conversation with one of the Florida wildlife officers, and now she's running back down to her friend's aid. And of course, we're going to look down here and see what kind of damage we got, but they rubbed it pretty good. It's probably just a scuff, though. I mean, it sounded like a rub rail hit from the kind of the noise I heard, but the I'm sure it's something that's just gonna buff out. But it's still, this is one of those awkward situations now. I don't know. I mean, I know not everybody who watches this is boaters, but so if you're not a boater, just imagine this one for a minute. Or you just gotten into a car accident, even like a minor fender bender, and now you're just stuck there at the dock in that awkward pause for a little while. Because a lot of times when these situations happen, nobody even says anything. So I'm just assuming the captain of this Jupiter probably won't even say anything to this other crew. And the captain of this vessel that's sitting down here probably, well, I shouldn't say probably, I know they're not even down here. They left to go get their truck. So the only way that captain's even going to find out is if the girls on board the boat tell him, because this captain in the Jupiter is likely not going to say anything. But it's just one of those awkward things that happens down at the dock. And we see it quite a bit actually here, even on this channel, where, you know, people run into things on accident. There's nobody even at the boat for some reason because they've gone to get trucks or do whatever. But it makes for a weird situation down at the dock when you've done that, because nobody really knows what to do or what to say. And so you kind of get this awkward silence and pause like we're seeing exactly right here, right now. And here comes our girl, Darcizzle, from the Darcizzle Offshore YouTube fishing channel. And they'll do their patented move here, where they drop Darcizzle off at the dock and she'll get the truck. And I'm assuming we're about to see a clinic in how to back a truck up. So I get people saying that in the comments all the time. You can't always just show the people messing up. Well, yes I can, but sometimes we'll go ahead and show the good ones too. But typically Puddin' here will drop Darcizzle off at the dock and she grabs the truck. And then this is what we see once she grabs the truck. Instead of looping around like everybody else, she literally will back her truck right out of the parking spot and all the way back down to the ramp. And typically what you'll see is people pull around to where they just do one little loop and only have to back up, 100 feet or so. Nah, she'll go ahead and back up the whole 400 yards and it doesn't really matter. And she does it at a pretty good pace as well, so it's usually pretty impressive to watch. We need to do that one day. We need to hold a contest down here at the boat ramp. And just, we'll have a backing up contest. How fast can you get from your parking spot to getting your trailer down into the water? And she may win. Don't get me wrong, we've got a couple of other locals I see down here that when they see the camera, they come out and show off when they're backing up as well. But these guys do a pretty good job. Thanks for watching, guys, and they're going to get out of here, and we're going to get out of here as well, and I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at Haulover Inlet. My channel, Broncos Guru, we do some great comedy boating videos over there as well. And of course, we've got Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet in Miami, Florida. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.